What's happening, YouTube, and welcome to a brand new PRLostGalaxy2014 review on my third Red Hood in a row. So as we get close to getting fast with all of my DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys reviews as I can before McFarlane completely loses the license to Mattel. Here's my review on the DC Multiverse McFarlane Toys Red Hood from the Dawn of DC comic, which is kind of part of the New 52, since now I'm down to my third Red Hood Jason Todd figure in a row, part of my Batman collection, because again, McFarlane has been very hard on Batman and all of his characters and even the Bat family themselves. But I'm just like, so you have all of this Dawn of DC Red Hood. So now there's like a fourth Red Hood that I probably need to get, and a fifth one or a sixth one. But again, there was a fourth one I mentioned in my Gotham Knights Red Hood review from before a while ago. That fourth Red Hood I was referring to that I couldn't think of from the top of my head was the Batman 3 Joker's comic that had Red Hood in that, and there was that figure, and I will get that figure probably who knows when. But for now, this is going to be the last Red Hood I'm going to do for now until I get that Red Hood and all the other variations of several characters of Batman and Robin and Batgirl and Nightwing and all of them characters. So here's that Dawn of DC Red Hood in the package from the front. Here's the side, and then featuring the titles on this side. And then here's an image of Dawn of DC Red Hood in the comic book art of him on the back of the box. And it's pretty darn good that they are really doing this figure. Because let's see how this Red Hood stacks up with my other two. Because I'm just like, man, so how many Jason Todds do I have to do now? Okay, now that we got this Red Hood out of his package, we're going to look through at some accessories, and then we are finished. And then also, before we finish, we'll see how he stacks up with my other Red Hoods that I have reviewed so far in the last 2 months. So first we have the trading card, which shows the same image as we saw in the back of the package of the Dawn of DC Red Hood. And here's the file card, so if you want to pause and read a little bit before I move on, you can do so. So here's the file card, trading card for Dawn of DC Red Hood. So the new accessories are his katana sword and the crowbar. Now the katana sword is a plastic blade, and it's very flimsy, I do say so, because again, it's a lot better to have it like a flimsy sword than some sharp sword that will stab anybody. But and I do like the shimmer of the silver paint on the sword done too, so kudos to McFarlane for doing that little bit of detail on the sword, especially on the hand grip, which it being like a scarlet red color for that. And you can also put the sword somewhere on the back of the back of the figure, as it should, because there's some pegs where you can put his accessories. Because I'm not so sure how this is going to work, because actually I got it, so you just have to make sure the sword is somewhere right here or in the other peg. But we'll look at the figure after I go through over the accessories. New accessory being the crowbar. So like if you want to pickpocket something to break in, you can give this Red Hood the crowbar to open something. So you have that piece. Base stand. Base stand is the same as every other McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. So you can put that on the bottom of his feet, on either of the peg holes under the feet. And then also the interchangeable hands, they are similar to one of the Red Hoods I have, or Arkham Knight. So you have these different changeable hands to choose from to put on this Red Hood. Now let's take a look at the figure. Now this figure is not bad. I do have to say that I really do like how comic accurate he looks, and he really looks pretty darn good. Although I do mind the metallic finish on his mouthpiece, because looking at the figure, and also this is just like with the Arkham Knight Red Hood, where the hood does not peel back off to show his head, so his head is what it is, so you can't really show much going for it, especially if you just stare at that head. But and also looking at this Red Hood makes him look a little bit more like a Mortal Kombat character, kind of like Scorpion or Sub-Zero type of in a way. And he also has a black t-shirt, and then seeing his logo looks a little similar to that of a Nightwing symbol. If I do say so myself, it kind of does look like that, but no, it's Red Hood. But it's just, if you take the jacket off a little bit, there's, like I thought that the logo would spread on, all the way through the chest, but due to the pegs to the jacket, couldn't do that. Due to the hood being rubber, you can't really, actually, unlike my other Red Hood, the sword came out of the peg for a moment. So before the hood goes right back, so here's Jason Todd's head. If you just peel the hood back a little bit before the hood goes back on, and you can see some hair and detail in the hair for Jason. Okay. And you can get some head movement, but I don't know why I had this problem with, I just didn't figure that out last time when I did the review for the Arkham Knight Red Hood. So I wasn't paying no attention, or I just didn't want to do it all the way. So let's put the hood back on this Red Hood, as should be, and just leave them just like that. It's just, I could have done that with the last Red Hood that I reviewed, but I didn't. So let's take a look at his articulation, and then we'll compare how he looks with the other Red Hoods and the other Jason Todds from the rest of the DC Multiverse. And then we are done. Now let's take a look at Dawn of DC Red Hood's articulation points and how he moves, and to see if he's worth collecting and adding and playing with a little bit or not. So I've already demonstrated how his head moves. If you peel the hood back a little bit, his head can move, because I had that problem before with the Arkham Knight Red Hood. So forgive me on that part. Elbow, let's see about the abdomen crunch joints on this figure. Given the jacket is a little bit more free and more loose as opposed to the Arkham Knight one, you can actually do some abdomen crunching on this Red Hood. So his abdomen crunch is a bit fast as opposed to on the Arkham Knight one. So you have that. Elbow crunch is right on point, so no problems there. And then also elbow crunch on this arm too, so not bad either. And then swiveling of the hands, make sure the hands are in very well. And also due to the fact that I had to change the hands so I could put the sword in, and also posing with his little katana sword in his right. And then his legs can spread out, open and close. So there's that. And then you also have the knee crunch. Okay, so you got the knee crunch. He can, crunch the knees this way, and then ankle pivot on this leg, and also some toe movement. And his toe movement is a little stiff on this one. This is probably on my figure. So you have that. And then also knee crunch on this leg, ankle pivot, and toe flip on this leg. So yeah, he's all right for collecting and whatnot, so he's good to go and ready for to be I just can't even say this right tonight. But anyway, so let's take a look at how he looks with the other two Red Hoods I've gotten so far, and then we're done. And as we close out the review, let's take a look at how Dawn of DC's Red Hood looks with the Red Hood from the Gotham Knights video game, and the Red Hood from Batman Arkham Knight. So he stands pretty darn well together. They're both 7 inches tall, and man, I just kind of feel like McFarlane should do more DC figures and try to give us more females and all that, and cut down on all the Batman, Bat family characters, and give us more, because I can see why Mattel is coming back with the license. But man, I mean, I know I'm getting very late on this McFarlane Toys DC game, but I just kind of man, these figures are so good, and also not so good at the same time, depending on how you look at some characters and some figures and articulation on them, paint apps, QC and all on them. But these are solid, good damn figures, because so far I'm kind of building a Red Hood army, and much like I'll do a Batman army, Batgirl army, Superman army, Robin army, Nightwing army, all of those kind of characters, Wonder Woman, and all the damn Supermans and Green Lanterns out there, and all the other characters in the DC universe that are in this line of McFarlane Toys. But yeah, this Dawn of DC Red Hood is good. Although I say it's kind of better than the Arkham Knight one, I'm sad to say, because at least unlike the Arkham Knight one, you can actually pull you can like open the jacket open, and then even like I did last time, peel the hood over to show his head and take the hood off, and you can see Jason Todd's head and hair showing without the hood on. So okay, we'll just put the hood back on. But yeah, and the sword just keeps popping out of the back of the holster the back holster a little bit. But that's all right. So yeah, this was an all right figure of Red Hood. So far I got like 3 of them now, if also counting Arkham Knight, because Arkham Knight's also Jason Todd. But man, like, wait until I also get that 3 Jokers Red Hood much later down the pipeline. And yeah, because I just really need to catch up on these multiverse figures before Mattel comes back, and then I have to start this crap over again. God damn it. I kind of wish McFarlane still had the DC multiverse slices, but he's going to go all out this year. But by mid-2026 next year, Mattel is back. Well, you know. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, drop a like, share this video with your friends. And I'll see you guys next time with another DC Multiverse McFarlane review. And other reviews to come.